Hello everyone, we're back with the Bissell Clean View upright vacuum. Today I'm going to be taking this machine apart and show you how to clean it out and maintain it. I've gotten several requests to take apart this specific vacuum. This will work for pretty much any of the Clean View series of vacuums that were released in 2018, I believe. This machine is very common, and that's why there was probably so many requests. And this machine is also very easy to maintain. There's only a few things to do, and I will show you how to do them right now. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so step number one, as always, is emptying your dirt bin. Your dirt bin will get, well, dirty. It's a dirt bin. To empty it, go over your garbage, press this silver button, and try not to spill the dirt like I just did. And that's pretty easy. I'm going to vacuum that dirt up now. All right, so now that that's clean, I'm going to clean off the base of the vacuum. We're going to show you how to do that. Or sorry, not the base, but just clean off this piece right here. It's really easy to do. It's just, if you use another vacuum, you can also wash this if you want. It's really, really easy to do. And to clean the Cyclone inner piece, I just do that right there. The Cyclone piece is this thing right here. It gets very dirty on the inside of this thing. This is washable. It gets extremely filthy on the inside of this, as you can see, and it can get clogged up in here. I'm going to show you how to take that apart right now. So to take this piece apart, you need a screwdriver. My DeWalt ratcheted screwdriver. You see there's two screws right here. And just take them off like that. And like this. Put them to the side. This comes off like that. This is your Cyclone and your main dirt separator. You can see it gets fine dust clogged in it. And I'm getting myself all dirty with this. But this piece can get very filthy and very dirty quite quickly, so I would recommend cleaning that piece off here and there. It's all plastic, just take the screws off so they don't rust. We're also going to probably wash the bin. I'm just going to make sure that there's no metal in this bin. There is no metal in this bin. To access your filter, you pull this clip up and your filter's right here. You can see my filter is very dirty. I've been using this vacuum cleaner outside. There is one piece of metal here, so we'll try and avoid washing that. And as long as we dry it, it shouldn't rust. Let's hope. I'm gonna grab some rags and I'm gonna show you how to clean the base of the vacuum. If your vacuum gets dirty here, it's really simple. Static can build up on the bottom of the bin and get dirty. Get this area dirty, just wipe it. It doesn't have to be spotless. This will just help keep the vacuum cleaner. You can see this seal right here. If this gets dirty, it can reduce the sealing properties of the seal. Wipe right here too, where it touches. Just finish that. Pretty easy. To take your belt off, take your vacuum like this. Hit the recline button right here. Recline the vacuum. Tip it over. Pull the camera back. And I'm going to show you how to do that. It's really easy. There will be a set of screws on the bottom. Take these screws out. Keep them separate from the Cyclone screws. I'm not sure if they're the same. They are not the same length, so I'm going to separate them. I'm going to put this battery in between them just to make sure that I don't mix them up. Take this one off next. This is how to change your belt and clean your brush roll. If there's hair in your brush roll, it will cause it to slow down. But if your brush roll doesn't spin 99.99% of the time, it's because your belt is stretched, worn, or broken. Final screw, and then this piece should pop right off. Grab it like this, and it comes right off like that. Really easy. There is some hair built up in here somehow. Grab the brush roll like this with 2 hands because it will snap back. The brush roll comes right out. You can see this brush roll has some dirt on it, but overall it's relatively clean. There's a piece of fuzz like fiber right here. To deal with this, we're going to use a pair of tweezers. This is really not wanting to come up, but we're going to make sure that this piece of hair or whatever this is comes off. Just like this really doesn't want to come off, does it? Just like that. The brush is relatively clean. I'm just going to quickly wipe it off with a little glass cleaner, and then it'll be nice and clean. You don't have to scour this, just get it relatively clean. Spray a little bit of cleaner in here like that, wipe some of the dust out. Again, doesn't have to be spotless. This can be lifted up. Okay, that's all you got to do there. If your belt is worn or broken, I will put, where did I set the belt? All right, set it over here somewhere. I'll worry about that later. If your belt is worn or broken, you can replace it. Oh, I didn't even take it out. As I said, if your belt is worn, broken, you can see mine is very dirty, and I'm going to wipe it off. Mine is not really in bad shape. But if yours has like really bad stretch marks, it's looking old and in bad shape. These belts usually cost about $3 to $4 each. You can see just how much dirt is built up on this belt. Again, clean it off like this, and you'll be all set. You see my belt is clean, so I'm going to just simply place it back on. I'm going to give a close-up on exactly how to do this, because it can be tricky for some people who have never done it before. So we're going to zoom in very close. Let me show you. This is the motor spindle. This rotates when the motor's turned on. It creates the suction and spins the belt. You set the belt in just like this. Twist it sideways so it fits in between the gap right here. And then you push down more until it's underneath like that. Now you're good. Now take your brush roll. This is the really tricky part right here. And put the belt through the brush roll first. Grab and pull like this. Line this up. Line up the other side. And make sure it drops into place and spins freely like this. If it doesn't spin freely, it's not in place correctly. Replace the bottom guard, and then put the screws back in. Set the screwdriver to tighten rather than loosen, and just put the screws back in. Okay, now it's set to ratchet mode. Put a link to the tools used in this screwdriver is not magnetic, I don't think. Well, it didn't pick up the screw, so it's not magnetic. That's one thing you need to be aware of. So if the screw falls like that, just pick it out by hand. Make sure that you get it, because you don't want to vacuum it up. And you don't want to go run your vacuum with missing screws. It can make the base plate uneven and cause vibrations that can hurt your vacuum. So make sure to run it. All the screws on the base plate are the same. Thank you, Bissell. so you don't have to worry about mixing screws up. I hate when they use different lengths and types of screws. I like vacuums that use the same type of screw for every part. Again, not a magnetic screwdriver, so you really got to make sure that you hold that screw until it goes on like that. And finally, like this. And you have just changed your belt. Good job. Now let's put this vacuum back upright, and I'm going to show you how to check for clogs next. Check for clogs, detach your hose from the base, and unwind it here. Unclip and stretch the hose out like this, checking for any blockages through it like this. If you need to take the hose off, turn left, and the hose comes off like this. Check this end, check in there, see if there's anything blocked. If these are blocked, just look down on them like this. And you can use the crevice tool to clear the tube out. To check down here and see if there's a clog, you recline the vacuum, like I just did, and look straight down like this through here. This is clear so you can see. Use a flashlight, you can see through there to see if there's a clog. Put your hose back, it's pretty simple. All you do is run it up through here, and not exactly easy to do this with the cord still on, but it is really difficult, but possible. All right, so next I'm going to show you how to clean and wash your components. I will be right back. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to wash your vacuum's internal parts, like the Cyclone. Water on, spray mode. Rinse out as much of the dirt as possible. Just like that. Your Cyclone wash is pretty easy. See the dirt build up in here. Really fine dirt. That's not all. We also have brushes and soap. My favorite dish soap when it comes to smell, and it also cleans pretty well. And put it on the end of this brush, get it a little wet, and start soaping up the inside of your Cyclone. Get in between those little crevices and corners and difficult to clean areas, and just running the brush through. Are you seeing this? Yes, you are. Run it through like that. Scrub the outside. Now you've soaped up your Cyclone. You're back on the spray mode because it covers more area in one pass, I guess is what you'd say. And just do that. Now your Cyclone has been cleaned. You can set that to the side and let it dry, and I'll show you how to do that. Now this, you can scrub from the outside, make sure the holes are clean, make sure there's nothing clogging it up in here. And then again, using spray mode, rinse thoroughly through, and keep rinsing. No more soap on that. Let this dry. Now, next is your filter. To wash your pre-motor filter, which is the main filter of the vacuum, you can see mine is pretty dirty. We are going to get it wet, and then we're going to add a little touch of soap on it, just a dime-sized drop. The soap will help break down the dirt that's in the filter. You can see the dirt coming out of it. It's not excessively dirty, but it's dirty enough to warrant being heavily cleaned. And this will help improve suction. If your vacuum is not picking up as well, it's either a clogged filter, a clogged Cyclone, or a clog in the hose. Those are really the only things that will cause that, unless your motor is broken. But that's not nearly as common. That's pretty rare, actually, to have motor failure. It's usually just a clogged filter. Now, if your motor breaks from overheating, or if it shuts off from overheating, yes, that happens. Just a little bit more soap. I really want to make sure there's no soap in the filter, because it will make it get dirtier faster. The soap acts kind of like a dirt magnet. It cleans, but once it's dried, it's sticky. Don't drop it. Okay. Now your filter is clean. Now I'm going to clean the bin. This piece here, this gets very dirty. So I'm going to start rinsing it off. I'm going to apply soap on this foam cleaning pad. Run a little bit of soap across it. And start filling the bin up. Like a big water bottle. And the dirt will start being washed out. You can start applying soap to the water. The bin can get odors in it. It can get, well, it does get dirty. It is the dirt bin, but if your bin has bad smells or anything, you can do this. And then just shake it up like this. The water will come out the bottom because there's so much weight on it. And then open it like this. You can scrub the walls of the bin like this. And really get it nice and deep cleaned. You can scrub off these rubber seals on the bottom like that. Really clean your dirt bin, deodorize it, and get it looking beautiful again. Now just run water across it. You don't have to fill it like a cup again. The spray is going to get water all over the place if you do it on the lid. But doing it through here, just like this. Again, want to make sure not to leave any soap in your vacuum. That's not good. Just running it through like this. Rinsing and de-soaping your vacuum. Cleaning up here. This could be a source of odors, this lid. But anyways, once your vacuum parts are clean and rinsed like this, I'm going to show you how to dry them off. It's a pretty simple process. Take a microfiber towel. Well, there's a little bit of soap right there. Open the dirt bin and then just start wiping off the water from the outside first, so you know if it's dry on the inside, because you can fool yourself into thinking that it's still wet because the water's on the outside. Just generally wiping it off. You don't have to completely scour all the water off. Part 2 of drying will take care of the rest. That's drying in front of a fan. Let's open this. Get the water off of that screw. Go like that, keep that open. Let that dry fully open. I'll show you how to do that in part 2 of drying. Take this Cyclone piece, dry it like so. Keep doing this. Stuff the rag in here like this. And go over like that, and now your Cyclone is clean. And now your filter, wrap it like this in the towel, wring it out like that. The towel will absorb water from the filter, and now all your vacuum's parts are clean and somewhat dry and ready to go for drying process step number 2. And I will show you how to do that right now. Okay, so the final step is the drying. The drying is done with a fan, this fan right here. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So all you do is number 1 is turn the fan on. And number 2 is to open the bin, open it like that. And with the door, sorry, not like that, other way, like this. Cyclone right here, filter right there, and this right here. The air from the fan will blow into all these components and seriously cut down on the drying time. So that is a step you definitely need to do. So there are one more spot that we need to talk about, and that is pull this tab down. It will say filter, and there is another filter. It's right here. It's this filter. This is the post motor filter. This is a fabric filter that is not washable to my knowledge. I'm going to check how dirty it is. All you do is take a flashlight like this, pretty bright, and look through it. If you see a large amount of dirt in the filter, mine is relatively white, so it's pretty clean. Once it gets a dark dirty color to it. You will need to replace this. It takes a little over a year, I would say, of regular use to get this dirty because it's got a lot of pleating to it and it's relatively big. So it will take some time for this to get dirty. So I'm going to show you next the final of how to put it back together. You set it in there like that, then you put this in, and that will set the filter back in place. So once you've done all these things, your vacuum should be working perfectly. I need to do something here quickly. I put the hose in, but I had the cord in the way of the hose. If your vacuum still isn't working perfectly, there's something wrong with it beyond what I would recommend doing. Like if your motor's not turning on and there's no cuts in the cord, then I would recommend contacting Bissell. If your brush roll isn't spinning well, make sure that your height adjustment is set. I think it's 4 is good for my carpeting, not this rug, but the carpet right there. This rug 5, because this is a very thick rug. But overall, if this doesn't help your machine, then it's something that you, as a normal individual, probably won't be able to fix on your own. And I would recommend contacting Bissell for advice, I guess what you say. Just brushing this dust off, don't mind me. Way to avoid that is making sure making sure the bin gets wiped off on the bottom before putting it back. But overall, let me know what you think about this. Tell me if this helped you fix your Bissell and not have to replace your Bissell, because with regular maintenance, you should get 5 years out of this Bissell. I personally think that this is a pretty well-made vacuum for $80, and you shouldn't be having to constantly replace this if you maintain it well. And that is the important thing. To make sure to keep your vacuum well maintained, you can do this with a screwdriver in less than 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, depending on how skilled you are with your tools. 18 bucks for this screwdriver. You don't need such a good screwdriver for this. I just use this because, well, it's a good screwdriver, and I have a lot of vacuums. I am a vacuum aficionado who has a large collection, and I like good tools. But you can use this, you can take apart a Bissell with 10 minutes, and a dollar store screwdriver will work just fine. You don't need any fancy, expensive tools. This cleaning sponge was $1. The blue and white brush I used was $1. Those tweezers were 25 cents. So you don't need expensive tools and products to clean your vacuum. You just need knowledge, which I hope this video provided you. Again, 25 cents, 4-pack at the dollar store, 25 cents each. Work perfectly well for this at cleaning hair out of your vacuum. So I hope this helped you get your Bissell working again. Let me know what you think about this video of cleaning out the Bissell Clean View upright vacuum. Any Bissell Clean View has a very similar maintenance procedure to this. It might be a little bit different, but generally the same. So we really hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. What do you want to see maintained next? And I'll see you next time with more videos. Goodbye.